Hi, in this video we're going to get into how to do outreach on LinkedIn. Now, you might want to ask yourself, why is it important to do outreach on LinkedIn? And the simple answer to that is, if you have very little activity in your business, doing outreach is a very simple way to start the process of having meetings. It allows you to get meetings with potential strategic partners and even customers so that you're able to move your business forward. In terms of how we can do that on LinkedIn, what I suggest we do is we take advantage of LinkedIn Sales Navigator, use a search that we already made, and then start by looking at profiles, reading them, sending out targeted personalized messages, and then record the outreach so that we're able to measure our progress. So to show an example on how to do that, we're now going to get into an example. So here we are starting with the Sales Navigator search that I have here, focusing on ghostwriters. And I'm going to just pick out one of these ghostwriters that you see here. So I figured we might as well go here with Carol Wiley. I'm now putting this up in a separate tab. Now I prefer to look at this in LinkedIn and not through LinkedIn Sales Navigator. I just prefer the look of it. So I'm going to click view on linkedin.com. And now what I suggest you want to do is have a look at the way that Carol presents herself online. Basically, spend a little bit of time looking over the way that she writes about herself. So you see here that there's a featured section here that gets into the type of work that she does, where she talks about the best structure for a non-fiction book. If you scroll down a little bit further, you get into the About section, where she writes about what she does as a ghostwriter. So here we see that she writes as a certified ghostwriter and focus on helping authors create marketable literary properties, primarily in the areas of business, how-to, self-help, body, mind, spirit, and related topics. And then she gets into the first step and gets into a little bit of a sales pitch, ready to talk about your book. Let's set up a free 30-minute initial consultation. Reach out to me on LinkedIn. She explains what a certified ghostwriter is, and she explains what it is that she does as a certified ghostwriter. So what we can do here is we can read this and maybe take out one thing that we want to ask a couple of questions to her about or use in the connection message. So in order to reach out to her, what we can do is we can either click connect here if the button would have been there, but currently it looks like she wants to be followed. So what we can do instead is click more and click connect, and we want to put in the message option ideally, but here we want to send the connection message as part of the connection, so not as a separate message. So we're going to click connect, add a note, and here we can put in a few words to Carol so that she is willing to reply to us. Hi Carol, I see that you are a certified ghostwriter. I'm curious to learn more about what you do, since I suspect I might be able to send you a few referrals. Maybe we could have a quick chat. Thanks in advance. And here I put in my name. So what you can then do is you can click send, and then the message goes out. I generally suggest you want to get to the point in the connection message. Maybe mention something that you have in common, or ideally something that you have picked up from her profile. That way you're much more likely to get a positive reply. Now, once you have filled this in and you've clicked send, you can put some of the details into a template, like what you see here, so that you are able to track the work that you just did. So here I'm going to click insert, and I'm going to put in her name, so that's Carol Wiley. So I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to put it in like this. Click paste. And I just decided I want to put in the date that I'm doing outreach. So in my case, it's the 27th of October. And I'm going to wait with defining a positive reply until we might hear back from her, maybe wait a week. And then specify which message I should reply to. So this is if you're planning on sending more than one message. You might want to leave this blank. And then what you can do is you can have additional tabs for meetings booked, for rows for meetings booked, outcome, for whether or not they showed up to meetings, whether or not the survey was sent, a proposal created, or the first small sale made, or maybe the second major sale. Now, if you want to take this to a higher level, you can color code it. So here I wanted to show you an example of a really effective sales rep who has taken this to a much higher level, where you see a lot of samples of the work that he puts into defining a lot of the steps that he takes. So if you want to take it to the next level, this is the way that you can do it. However, if you're just getting started, what I should suggest you want to do is just write down the name, when you reached out to the person, whether or not there was a positive or negative reply, and optionally which message they replied to if you're sending more than one message. And if you do this for a larger data set, maybe you're reaching out to 10 to 50 people, you're starting to collect information about what works and what doesn't work. So you might want to take an opportunity to maybe add additional fields based on the type of strategy you used for reaching out to the person you reach out to. So now that you know how to reach out to people on LinkedIn, I'm going to give you a little bit of a challenge. I want you to reach out to 3 people using LinkedIn Sales Navigator and taking the opportunity to read their profile in depth so that you get an opportunity to apply what it is that you've learned, and so that you're able to trigger a couple of conversations. In general, the more time you spend trying to learn about the people you're reaching out to, for instance by looking at their profile or even going deeper by looking at their website, the more likely you are to generate a positive response. I hope you found that useful. I'll get back to you with more videos on how you can grow your business, and in particular how you're able to generate sales from LinkedIn.